$3.99 per gallon, and in Mississippi, the average price is now $3.62. Ole Miss out of the College World Series, losing to Troy 12-8 Sunday. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Doctor, the AC doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house frozen, cause my air conditioner's on. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, the AC doctor, he healed my house, bless my soul.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
If it feels like the world's gone a little crazy lately, you're not wrong. They say parents should have a voice. But what happens when no one's listening? Forget the noise, the narratives, and the nonsense. It's time to have real conversations, stand up, speak out, and shine a light on what's really happening inside our schools, our systems, and our government, and what it really means for your family. This is the Lindsay Beckham Show, where we believe in truth over talking points, facts over feelings, and the courage to say what others won't. Because when it comes to our kids, silence is not an option.
Only in America.
Welcome into the Lindsay Beckham Show. Happy Monday, everyone. It is a dreary, rainy one out there, but I hope you're all having a great day regardless. Hopefully, this is not affecting your summertime fun vacation plans, because it looks like there's going to be rain coming down for the next several days, at least according to my weather app. That's what it is showing me. Hope you all had a fabulous weekend. We are live here in the WYAB studios. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Of course, you can always find us at 103.9 on your radio. And then, of course, the audio versions streaming worldwide at WYAB.com. We do have a new Miss Mississippi. I'm sure none of the guys have talked about this so far today on their show, so I guess I'll just cover it myself. I think that it is a fabulous program. I talked about this a little bit on Friday. Of course, our annual Miss Mississippi pageant happens every year during the summer. I believe sometimes it's June, sometimes it's July, over in Vicksburg, Mississippi, the River City. And Jane Granberry was crowned Miss Mississippi Saturday evening. I know I say this a lot. Well, I probably haven't said this a lot on the show. I've said it a lot throughout my lifetime. I truly believe in the Miss Mississippi organization, the Miss America organization. They are the #1 scholarship provider across the country for young women and truly prepares you for your future. These girls are not just, or women, they're not just competing in a so-called beauty pageant. And while they're beautiful on the outside, I think that goes so much further. They all have a platform or a critical issue that they care deeply about. They are all invested in community service and making this world a better place. They're all very intelligent. They care a great deal about their education. A lot of them competing for that very reason, to be able to fund higher education. And so I think they get a lot of flack, and you can't possibly understand how well-rounded these women are until you experience it for yourself. And then let's talk about the production, the Miss Mississippi production. This is not just a pageant where girls are walking across the stage in high heels. This is an Emmy award winning show. I've had people tell me who have gone and experienced Miss Mississippi for the first time that they felt like they were in New York watching a Broadway musical. It is very detailed, and I can't say enough about David Blackledge, CEO of the Miss Mississippi Corporation, and the staff who just really put so much time, effort, and energy into making the show entertaining. They do a fabulous job. They work year round for it all to come together and happen 4 short nights during the summer each year in Vicksburg. And so our new Miss Mississippi, Jane Granberry, she did a fabulous job. And congratulations to Miss Metro Jackson, Natalie Nix, who I got to meet and get to know recently. She's a phenomenal young woman. She placed 4th runner up. Miss Metro Jackson was her title. Miss Madison County did very well. So we had a good showing from this central Mississippi area, Madison, Mississippi. That was my title back in the day, 20 years ago. Miss Madison County 2006. So I made some lifelong friends. I learned a lot. And I'll tell you, the interview phase of the competition is no joke. I think it really contributes to the reason why I'm able to hit go live and hit a button on this board right here, sit behind this microphone, and talk. It forces young women to have real opinions that they can validate and back up with their words. It forces them to be able to answer questions with wisdom and knowledge. It forces them to watch the news, know what's going on in the world around you and how you feel about it and why, and then to be able to vocalize and verbalize that. It's an incredible program. It's a great program. I encourage all young women, especially if you are needing scholarship dollars to fund education, to look into the Miss America organization, the Miss Mississippi Corporation, because you won't regret it. This isn't Miss Congeniality where someone stands up and says, I want world peace, even though I think that's what we all truly want deep down. Hopefully, we're on our way to a little bit more peace in this world. It has been announced that there has been an agreement that we have come to with Iran, and that there will be peace and the Strait of Hormuz be open without being taxed or without tolls put on that for America, or gas prices hopefully on their way to declining. I saw just this morning come across my notifications that gas prices are already going down, already dropping with word of this peace treaty agreement that will be signed this coming Friday. So let's all hold our breath, say some prayers. I don't know about you, but those gas prices are killing me. I know I cannot be the only one, and I know everyone feels just a little bit more secure when we're not at war. Now, the topic of Our relationship with other countries has never been my most educated area. I got into all of this obviously because I advocate for children. Of course, here at the Lindsay Beckham Show, we believe in protecting children, empowering parents, and standing for truth always. And so those are my sweet spots. That's my hill to die on. Our children, education, freedom, parental rights. But when our country is at war, it, as you can see, obviously affects everyone across the country. And so when we hear that peace is on the horizon, that should make everyone happy. World peace, right? There is an event coming up, and I wanted to quickly touch on that because I think it is important. Of course, we had Miss Gina Archer on the show last week, and I think that's probably one of the most emotional yet touching, informative shows I've done since I started the Lindsay Beckham Show. But she has formed a nonprofit organization called Fight the Good Fight. Of course, she talked about losing her son to fentanyl and this epidemic, this growing fentanyl epidemic that has been such a big problem over the last several years, especially under the Biden administration when we had wide open borders. But she's pushing back, she is fighting back and wanting to get out and really educate our young people on how quickly this can destroy your lives. Not only them, but parents who don't understand the massive consequences from one pill. One pill can truly kill. I have another dear friend, Cordy. She lost her son, Parker. Now, while this was several years ago, Parker died after taking some sort of synthetic LSD that was given to him by what he considered to be a friend. Cordy jumped into action after losing her son. She passed legislation. She got in to see Nick Bain. They worked together, passed legislation, Parker's Law, which would hold those accountable who are distributing these sorts of synthetic drugs, fentanyl type drugs. While they're not exactly the same, they have the same devastating, lasting effects. So coming up July the 11th, there will be in Madison, Mississippi at Liberty Park, there will be a fentanyl walk for lives. There's going to be a whole lot going on. I encourage everyone to try and get out and attend. It's going to be happening from 10 to 2, Saturday, July the 11th, again at Liberty Park in Madison. They're going to have free naloxone. They're going to show you how to use it. That is the life-saving medication that can rapidly reverse the fatal effects of an opioid overdose. It counteracts the effects of those drugs on the brain. There's going to be music. There will be live music by Kim Hawkins and Philip Yarborough. Food trucks, kids' inflatables, snow cones, loaded teas, door prizes. So it should be a great family-friendly event. So y'all get out and support that. I think it's up to all of us. And I made a post about this after attending the fundraiser for Fight the Good Fight, Gina Archer's nonprofit, the other night out at Archer Farms in Brandon. It's up to all of us to fight the good fight in protecting our children from these very dangerous drugs that they are getting their hands on. It's so scary. One thing that Gina was telling us on the show last week is they use these pill presses, and they can lace these pills with the tiniest little bit of fentanyl, enough that you couldn't see it, yet it's enough to kill an elephant. And then they are pressed into something else. And so someone might think that they are taking a Percocet or a Xanax or some sort of pain pill that someone's given them and not have any idea the fatal consequences from one pill or even a part of a pill, because it is that deadly, it is that potent, and it is that real. Very educated, very intelligent, very smart young people with their whole entire lives ahead of them are losing their lives because of this. And I think it's up to us, to all of us, to speak out about it, educate our children, make sure parents are aware so that they can educate their children. And let's put an end to this loss of life way too soon. A lot more to get into today. I also want to talk about late last week, Tulsi Gabbard releasing that the U.S. federal government has been funding over 100 biolabs across 30 different countries. Can anyone say gain of function research, Fauci, COVID, pandemic? It's all still happening. And why are we funding it? We're going to get into that and lots more. So we'll be right back here. We got to take a break, but stay with us. 103.9 WYAB, The Lindsay Beckham Show. We will be right back.
Born in America.
103.9 WYAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Got a car, truck, or SUV you are trying to sell? Well, we want to buy it. Hi, I'm Casey Ellis, owner of Ellis Autoplex in Brandon. Right now, we're paying top dollar for clean vehicles, and you don't have to buy anything from us. We'll appraise your vehicle, make you a strong offer, and you can walk away with a check the same day. No marketplace maniacs or Craigslist crazies here. Our checks are real. If you've been thinking about selling, well, now's the time. Ellis Autoplex in Brandon is home of Little Truck City. Follow us on Facebook or shop online, ellisautoplex.com.
Need to ship something fast, print something now, or wrap the perfect gift? Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt, your one-stop shop for all major shipping carriers. We pack and ship with care, offer private mailbox rentals, copy services, create and print banners, print your photos, lamination, binding, and secure document shredding. We always have a notary available, and we do gift wrapping too. Head to the Mailroom Gluckstadt across from Callaway's or online at mailroomgluckstadt.com. Stop in today and get it all done in one place.
Have a large fleet of vehicles? Looking for somewhere to provide routine maintenance? Tired of waiting on an appointment? Ken here with Rapid Oil Change. We accept most local and national fleets as well as 30-day in-house accounts with no appointment needed. We offer maintenance packages to fit any need. Oil changes, wipers, tires, car washes, and more. Have a diesel? No sweat. We carry diesel exhaust fluid and diesel fuel filter. With over 40 years of experience, Rapid Oil is the right choice for your fleet. Stop in today and let us keep your fleet ready and on the road.
Every night, thousands of Mississippians gather around the radio to follow the hottest team in baseball, the Atlanta Braves. And the voice leading the way? Madison's own Ben Ingram. Local Roots, a winning team. If your business wants to connect with loyal, engaged listeners all season long, there's still time to become a Braves broadcast sponsor on WYAB. To learn more, email info@wyab.com. It costs a lot less than you think. That's info@wyab.com.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
From Jacksontown to the radio, this is the Lindsay Beckham Show.
Welcome back into the Lindsay Beckham Show. We are live here in the WYAB studios, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Of course, you can call in to the show today if you have anything that you want to add to the conversation. The number to do so is 601-879-0002. Of course, you can text in as well to the Lindsay Beckham Show text line. That number is 601-879-4648. And then, of course, our online streaming chat, the program that a lot of us use here to stream the show, puts all those chats in one big chat. So those are also available if you are watching instead of listening. But of course, you can always find us at 1039 WYAB or WYAB.com, streaming worldwide, at least the audio version anyway. And if you would like to partner with us at the Lindsay Beckham Show or with WYAB in general, I'd love to talk to you about that as well. There are sponsorship availability if you would like to get the name of your business out there, grow your business. We have some of the most loyal listeners, and we would love to partner with you. So you can reach me at Lindsay, that's Lindsay with an E, at WYAB.com, or info@WYAB.com, and we would love to get you some more information about that. So our outgoing National Intelligence Director, Tulsi Gabbard, did release last Friday the declassified documents regarding our federal government, the United States government, funding over 100 biolabs, and they are in at least 30 countries. She said she's releasing never-before-seen intelligence revealing new evidence of past U.S. government funding for more than 120 biolabs in over 30 countries, including Ukraine. She said this release is in accordance with President Donald Trump's order to end gain-of-function research. Let's see, I think we have a call coming in. Hey there, you're on the air.
Hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I got a question for you, and I know you've got some friends of yours that are in the medical field.
Uh-huh.
Now, if fentanyl is so dangerous, why are they using that as pain medicine in the hospitals?
Your guess is as good as mine. Now, I don't know if they have a certain type of fentanyl that's produced for pain to use in healthcare facilities, but I know the kind that is getting laced into these pills and that's out there on the street that our kids are getting their hands on is extremely dangerous. They are even marketing it now to younger children, making it look as though it's some sort of colorful candy. It's just, by the day, it gets crazier.
Right. And the only reason why I called and asked is because I've been in the hospital. Let's say I was in the hospital about 2 years ago in the emergency room, and they gave me shots for pain.
Mm-hmm.
Then about probably 4 months ago, I was back in the emergency room for something, and they did the same thing. And I was like, I had to double shot me because this ain't doing any good.
Do you know what? And it was actually fentanyl.
Yes, because I asked what it was.
Well, I'm glad you called in and said that because we have 3 different shows coming up leading up to July the 11th when they're going to have this big walk in Madison. And so next Wednesday, the 24th on the show, I'm going to have someone from the Mississippi Department of Corrections and then also someone, a behavioral health RN. And so that will be a good question for them. And then, of course, we've got 2 other shows with some people who are highly dedicated to stopping the fentanyl overdoses that we're seeing in our communities. And so I will definitely add that to my list of things that I want to talk about with them because, you know, with the whole opioid epidemic, they've pretty much stopped giving a lot of pain medicines across the country.
Well, you can't get Percocet or anything like that now. You might as well forget that. And I mean, I can understand not giving it to somebody that has a high susceptibility of being hooked on it, but somebody like me, I mean, I got prescribed at one time, I got prescribed codeine and morphine mixed in a shot and then sent me home with some pills with that mixed in it, and that was my pain pills. Once I was out, I never tried to go get it refilled. I never called the doctor to get a refill. I didn't need it anymore.
Mm-hmm. And I wonder if they're just giving stuff or giving patients something that strong in the clinical setting where they don't have access to it, you know, outside of that environment.
I don't know. Like I said, that's a total question for some of the people that you're talking about, you know.
Yeah, I will most definitely bring that up because, you know, it is a lot of these people who had problems or became addicted within the whole opioid epidemic crisis were people who had been given prescriptions, you know, in a doctor's office in a clinical setting and then had gotten addicted after taking it for so long and it destroyed lives.
That's what you call abusing a prescription.
Mm-hmm.
And a doctor went along with it.
Yeah.
Allowed them to abuse the prescription because he just kept writing prescriptions. Sooner or later, being a doctor, you should say, no, you shouldn't be in this much pain anymore. And if you are, we need to have you tested, x-rayed, or whatever to see what's going on.
Get to the cause. Get to the cause of it instead of treating the symptoms. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Because, I mean, pain in your body is letting you know, hey, there's something wrong.
Right.
You know, so if you've got pain somewhere in your body after a wreck or something like that, and it's just relentless, and it's been, say, 7-8 months, and it hadn't quit, then there's something wrong. They missed something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that will definitely be something that I will ask. Let's see. So on the 24th on Wednesday, of course, I've got someone from the Department of Corrections and then a behavioral health RN. July 2nd, that Thursday, we're going to have the director of Mississippi Public Health Institute and then Michael Kelly, a project specialist of Mississippi Health and a survivor of addiction. And then on July the 8th, on Wednesday, we're going to have 3 moms who have lost their children to this crisis. So that'll definitely be something that I bring up during those shows and get their responses to.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you go, Lindsay. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And then I have a comment in the chat. Can you give info on the walk? Yes. July the 11th, 10 to 2, Liberty Park in Madison. There will be a walk. There will be live music, food trucks, snow cones, kids inflatables. It's going to be a great event to raise awareness, family friendly, family fun. So bring the families out and learn. They're also going to have the Narcan and showing you how to use it because it can save lives. It does save lives every day. So that's an important tool if it's ever needed that you know exactly how to use it. So they will be doing that as well during the event. Yeah, it's been a big problem, of course, post opioid epidemic. We have seen so many people who are in pain or do have chronic pain from certain conditions not be able to rely on pain medicine anymore because they have cracked down so hard on that. Now, I know the dangers of fentanyl, especially when you're getting it off of the streets. I imagine it's a different scenario when it's in a clinical setting and it can be controlled. If someone truly needs pain relief, I guess they have to have something that they can use. But it's a thin line there. How much do you give a patient to control pain and yet avoid the risk of addiction? I mean, we have seen addiction destroy so many families just in our own community. I don't know that there's a single family who doesn't have some sort of connection to someone who has become addicted or who has lost their life to an addiction, or someone who's been affected by a family member who has lost their life to an addiction. It's a real problem. And of course, there are different solutions. Everyone has a different thought process on how to combat the drug war. You know, there are some people out there who say it's a war we can't fight. Let it be. If they're going to do drugs, let them do drugs. It's not something that we can continue to pour time, effort, and funds into because it doesn't seem like we're getting anywhere. But then you talk to a mom like Gina, or like my friend Cordy, or like my friend Ann, and your heart is so shattered over their stories. And these kids had no idea that what they were ingesting could kill them or would kill them. Bright kids, big futures ahead of them. And you want to speak out, you want to do more, because those families are heartbroken, and those lives meant a lot. Those lives meant something. And if there's a way to educate, to talk to people, if there's a way to stop it before it starts, then I 100% want to be involved in that. It would stop a lot of pain that a lot of families, parents have had to experience, unfortunately. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. We are going to get to the biolabs when we get back. WIAB 1039, The Lindsay Beckham Show. Stay tuned.
Born in America. 1039 WIAB.
When it comes to protecting all the things that matter in your world, generations of folks in central Mississippi have trusted Allstate agent Mark Dwyron. Mark knows the right coverage with the right price, helps you feel secure and protected. For decades, Mark's been a trusted agent protecting you against mayhem that is unpredictable. And he's always just a moment away when you need him. Mark Dwyron. For auto, home, life, and more, you're in good hands with Allstate. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit AmericansForProsperity.org. Be a part of positive change at AmericansForProsperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Happening now in France, world leaders, including President Trump, arriving for this week's G7 summit. The president, meeting with France's leader earlier, told reporters that a new memo of understanding between the U.S. and Iran has been digitally signed and will be finalized, he says, Friday in Geneva. President Trump says the strait will be reopening fully and vowed that Iran will not control that critical shipping waterway.
It's toll free. We had a little argument on that. It's toll free. So I don't think we're going to need much help. but I don't think it's a bad idea to have a ship or two up here from a few countries.
Iran's foreign ministry also says that they will still collect what they call a service fee to help escort ships through the strait. Prices for a barrel of crude began to drop on word of a deal, and the U.S. gas prices also dipping below $4 a gallon. Extreme heat alerts stretching up and down the West Coast, with California's Central Valley along with the Pacific Northwest to Oregon facing triple-digit temperatures.
Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC. From dirt to done, they make it easy. Find them on Facebook, it's all you need. Big job, small job, call today. They'll shape your land a better way. Delta Farm Services, LLC. The name you trust for what you need. Delta Farm Services, LLC. Delta Farm Services, LLC.
Upgrade your yard this season with Hometown Hardware and Grasshopper. Hometown Hardware in Flora is now a proud Grasshopper mower dealer. Own a Grasshopper, own Mow Day. Hometown Hardware also has a great selection of outdoor power equipment from trusted names like Steel and Milwaukee, as well as Hustler. And don't forget, Hometown Hardware is your garden soil, potting mix, fertilizer, and pine straw headquarters. Hometown Hardware on Highway 49 in Flora.
At Center for Orthodontics, we believe in family, tradition, and community. From kids to adults, Sandifer offers state-of-the-art orthodontic care with complimentary consultations, so everyone in the family can smile with confidence. Sandifer Orthodontics proudly supports Tri-County Academy and the Building on Tradition campaign, so a short drive to local businesses like Sandifer helps TCA thrive. Begin the journey to a beautiful smile at sandiferortho.com. Sandifer Orthodontics, Highland Village, Jackson, and Gateway Drive in Brandon.
Need care at home, fast, reliable, and on your schedule? Introducing Home Care to Go, your on-demand concierge care solution. Whether it's personal care, companionship, or short-term support, Home Care to Go brings professional care directly to you when you need it most. Getting started is easy. Visit us at homecare-to-go.com to explore available care packages. Home Care to Go, care at your door when you need it most.
Pops Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosales.llc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
Welcome back into the Lindsay Beckham Show, live here in the WYAB studios. Of course, you can join the conversation. You can call into the show today, 601-879-0002, or text the Lindsay Beckham Show text line, that's 601-879-4648. Of course, the live stream chat is active as well, Facebook, YouTube, and X, and the chats all go to one place that can be seen on screen if you are watching instead of listening. But I wanted to remind everyone, Allstate Insurance, Mark Dwyron, you cannot find anyone in the central Mississippi area, or you can't find someone who's not heard of Mark. Mark knows everyone, and his results, his customers speak for themselves when it comes to your life, auto, home insurance needs. He is located off of Highway 51 in Madison. Been in business for more than 4 decades. I guess that's how he knows everyone. But he is a master at what he does. He protects the things that matter in your world. So if you are looking to change your insurance company, give Mark a call, 601-856-2777. Hopefully he'll be on at some point this week and introduce himself to all of you. Hey there, you're on the air.
Hi, Ms. Beckham. This is Janie Johnson of Caring and Sharing. I met you at the station.
Yes. How are you?
I'm fine. I've been wanting to call you, but I don't know what I want to talk about is on the subject you have for today.
That's okay.
It's okay. Well, anyway, I think we really want our children to behave. And I think we want, we have all the shooting and killing and carrying on. I think we really want, but I don't think we're ready to pay the price. And when I say pay the price, I'm not talking about money in particular. I'm talking about in behavior. See, children follow our behavior over our instructions. I want to say that again. They go by what they see and experience with us over what we say to them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a high price. I remember when my husband, I have a son, and I remember when he was beginning to think for himself, he about 8 or 9. And I got nervous about that, and I went to my prayer partner about it. And she said, just follow the recipe. Just follow the recipe. So she was telling me, you do it. You do it, and then he could follow my example. And I said, okay. So we have to teach these children about precept and example.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we wait until they get into trouble. Like, I'm in prevention. I believe that children can learn to do right, just like they learn how to do ABCs when they're 5 and 6 years old, 4 years old, really.
But you have to take the time and invest, in teaching them the right way.
Yeah. And I don't think we're ready to make that kind of sacrifice. It takes a real sacrifice to raise children on purpose, with purpose, intentionally. And I don't think we're ready for that. I think we're busy doing our thing for the most part. And children don't look for the high part that you teach. They look for the low part. Instead of doing the high things you're doing, they look at the low things because it's easier to do the low part, the easy part, or the soft doctrine part. It's easier. And so my husband and I we had to start speaking the language we want our child to speak. We didn't curse, we didn't say in words. Sometimes people feel it's all right to throw in curse words behind the children back. No, when you're dealing with children, I don't know how it happens, but it seems like stuff you do behind children back, they still get it.
So, it's so funny at home. I can be sitting there and doing a ton of different things, and the kids are loud. And then as soon as I get on the phone and I'm talking to somebody about something, they're going to quiet down because they want to hear what mama's saying. So they pick up everything.
Yes, that's the point there. And then sometimes they're playing, look like they're not paying any attention, but
they are. They're watching. They're listening.
And I know when I was a child, I was always listening for mom and dad to say something, give me an excuse to do something that I shouldn't do. Now,
right.
Because I can remember all the way back to 3 years old. I can remember back. And I can remember intentionally, I was listening for a crack to go through. I was listening for that. And I'm saying I don't think children are different today. When we talk about corruption, who we talk about, children or adults? When we talk about corruption, that's adults. Who bringing drugs into this country? Children or adults? Who brewing the wine, whiskey, vodka, and gin, and all that stuff? Children or adults? I just started thinking about this. Who prints the pornography? Children or adults? Who making the movies? Who directing TV shows? Children or adults? What? Have you thought about that, Mr. Lindsay?
Yeah, and so many of those industrial complexes, they know the secret to the sauce. It's you get kids hooked at an early age, and then you can have somebody for life.
Yeah,
it's like bringing those kids in. You want to target the children because then you have a customer for that much longer.
Yeah, I didn't understand the last statement. What'd you say?
I said when you bring children in and you target children, then you have a customer for that much longer when it comes to those things that you were talking about.
Right, and I don't think, two things, well, a lot of things, but I'm just saying that we have to be ready with our energy and time, and we have to, I might be making up a word, we have to uglify wrongness. We got into this business, don't want to criticize anybody. Now, the way my husband and I did it, we didn't criticize the personality of the person, but we criticized behavior. Now, we'll talk about the ugliness of drunkenness, or the ugliness of various behavior. We talked about the behavior, not the person. Then we talk about what's the matter with this. What's the downside? See, if you're going to be positive, you're not allowed to talk about the downside. You just have to talk about the upside. But see, that's half truth. See, if you're going to do all positive, that's half truth. Truth is positive and negative. See, your electricity won't even work if you don't have a positive and negative in that socket, and your car won't start without positive and negative on your battery. So we can't completely throw away negative now.
Right, because I can love my children, but I can not like their attitudes some days.
Yeah. See, certain. Well, I can take the children out of it. Say certain, just to go to attitude. Certain attitude, because lead the children out of it. Certain attitude bring about certain certain responses. You see.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I think we as adults and in charge people, we're kind of careless we're careless here. See, the children are reflecting what we are doing and what we are not doing. We don't want to believe that, but they are reflecting. These children get up to 14, 15, and then they start shooting. We have entertained them with violence and all, and we have games for them to play with violence and all. We feed all this to them. Then we respond to, why so much shooting? Why so much shooting? I want to know why so much violence is showing on TV and showing on these games and stuff. Why?
Yeah.
And that's another thing. I don't think we're ready to face the truth about it. Because if we face the truth, we're going to have to become responsible.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I don't want to take up all your time.
Well, tell the listeners about your school. Where can they find you?
Say what now?
Tell the listeners how they can find your school.
My school, yes, we're 32 years old. My school is 927 Robertson Springs Road, Madison, Mississippi. 927 Robertson Springs Road. And we teach by the hour.
Do you have openings?
Oh, yes. We do 5 sessions in the summer. We've done one. We have 4 more. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. I always have space. I can take it up to 30, but right now we're running 20, which means that I can easily do 10.
Tell me the name again.
The name of the school is Caring and Sharing.
Caring and Sharing.
Caring and Sharing, the School of Preventive Counseling. I teach children how to stay out of trouble. I do my counseling before. Because I already know life. You know, I'm a very old woman. I already know life. I'm 86 plus. And I started teaching in 1955.
And they listen. They listen to you.
What? Who?
It's these children.
Oh, my children do well, yeah. If I get them at 8, 9, and 10 like that, I'm part of their forming. You know, what kind of person they're going to be. I become a part of their worldview.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I can do pretty good with 9, 10, with 11, 12, 13. But when they get 15, 16, 18, like 17, my age is the age of my children, 7 through 17. But if they're 15 and 16, I usually tell the parents, let me have conversation with them. And the conversation is going to be, are you going to let me help you? Because I can't help you. Are you going to let me help you? Are you going to let me influence you? You know, I ask them that because if they make up their mind, like one boy told me, he said, Miss Johnson, you're doing a good job, but it's not for me. You know, he wasn't ready for it.
Right.
So then I had one to tell me that. And then I had another one to say, I'm going to keep on doing what I'm doing. See?
Yeah, their minds are made up already.
But that's not beyond help. That doesn't frighten me either. But my school is not doing intervention. That's the thing about it. I do prevention and some intervention, but the children who've already tasted and gotten the thrill of doing wrong as a gain and appears all, you know, it's their life. They don't want to make a change, just like we adults don't like to make changes either. But now if I have children who still with little bright eyes looking, listening, excited about life and want to know what's going to happen next, now that is really a good crop for me to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, I appreciate you so much, Miss Johnson. Thank you for calling in.
Let me give you my telephone
number.
Yeah,
go ahead.
601-856-2611. Again, 856-2611. And parents can bring the child and check me out for free for the first visit because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I know, but it's true. So, okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, too. Bye-bye.
Y'all check Miss Johnson out, the Caring and Sharing School. She does a great job with those kids. She truly does. So if you are looking for somewhere to get your child into an environment to prevent the things that we are seeing when it comes to certain culture and the crime rates that we see in certain areas across the state, that's a good place to start. So y'all reach out to Miss Johnson over at the Caring and Sharing School. We got to take our last break. Y'all stay with us. We'll be right back to wrap things up here on the Lindsay Beckham Show on this rainy Monday afternoon, 103.9 WYAB.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
When it comes to protecting all the things that matter in your world, generations of folks in central Mississippi have trusted Allstate agent Mark Dwyron. Mark knows the right coverage with the right price, helps you feel secure and protected. For decades, Mark's been a trusted agent protecting you against mayhem that is unpredictable, and he's always just a moment away when you need him. Mark Dwyron. For auto, home, life, and more, you're in good hands with Allstate. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For cost-effective repairs and maintenance, go to the best, Mayo Auto Clinic. Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18 in Raymond.
Managing payroll, benefits, workers' comp, and HR tasks can take valuable time away from running your business. That's where People Lease comes in. From payroll processing and tax filing to employee benefits and retirement plan administration, People Lease helps simplify your back office operations while improving employee satisfaction. Spend less time on paperwork and more time growing your business. Schedule your consultation today at peoplelease.com. That's peoplelease.com.
For over 2 decades, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for auto repair and maintenance. Brake repair and replacement, radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, AC, and water pumps. A1 will get your vehicle back up and running fast. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, rings, and pinions. A1 Gear and Auto, Highway 49 in Florence. A1 Gear and Auto, your trusted auto repair shop.
All Britain's Jewelers. When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than All Britons. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At All Britons, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. All Britain's Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson. All Britain's Jewelers.
Welcome back into the Lindsay Beckham Show, live here in the WYAB studios. I guess we will get to the biolabs tomorrow. I ran out of time. It goes by so fast when it's just an hour-long show, but this coming Wednesday, you get 3 straight hours of me. I know you're so excited. I will be filling in for Mr. Andrew Gosser as he is out of town. Hope he is enjoying himself. He deserves it. So I'll be filling in for him, and then, of course, followed by my show at 12. So from 10 to 1, you get Lindsay Beckham. Hope you are ready for that. So something that we don't get to, shows never seem to go as planned. You can do all the show prep in the world, and then you get here and you get behind this microphone, and these shows, these live shows just take on a meaning of their own, a life of their own. And that's how it should be. That's how it should be. The engagement and the interaction should first and foremost be, I believe, what I focus on, so that I know that you are getting what you want to hear about. In fact, we did have some comments. Let's see. This comment said that this Lanny Greenberg said fentanyl was the only painkiller that worked during my sister-in-law's hospice care while dying from cancer. My wife had to wear rubber gloves while changing the fentanyl patches and was given strict rules for the handling. Always enjoy your program. Thank you, Lanny. And yes, I get it. There are some illnesses, there is some pain that only the strongest types of pain relievers, pain drugs can help. And so I can understand that completely. And that's why I understand people who have cancer and have their medical marijuana card, because there are some things that only stronger types of drugs can truly treat. I just know we have a big problem when it comes to our children accessing some of the street drugs and some of the things that are being laced with this highly, highly deadly drug. So it's important that we educate and that we talk to kids about it and that parents know what's going on across the country, because if you think that it cannot happen to you, then you're just so very wrong. I will be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Hope to see you guys then. Bye.